Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a totally frustrating, everyday reality for practically all of us: slow-draining bathroom sinks. We're going to uncover the hidden science of your home's plumbing.
So let's kick things off by challenging a pretty universal assumption. You know the drill, right? The water starts pooling in the basin, the drain slows to a crawl, and what is the absolute first thing we blame? Hair, for sure. But honestly, asking is hair really to blame only scratches the surface of what is actually happening deep inside those pipes.
The truth is, hair is really only half the story. While it definitely gets the vast majority of the blame, those incredibly stubborn, slow-draining sinks and near blockages, they're actually caused by a complex, totally hidden mix of everyday materials that just collect in the pipes over time. Getting a handle on what's really building up down there is the absolute key to fixing it faster and, stopping it from ever coming back. Part 1: Anatomy of a Clog. All right, meet the silent plumbing killer, soap scum. And no, it's not just dirty water passing through. It's actually this highly sticky combination of soap residues and minerals from your water. This scum quietly clings right to the pipe walls, slowly and silently narrowing the passage. But more importantly, it acts as this super sticky foundation for literally absolutely everything else to grab onto. It's like flypaper inside your drain. And the crazy part is that your totally ordinary morning routine is constantly feeding that sticky foundation. Think about it. We're talking toothpaste film, mouthwash additives, shaving residue, and yeah, shed skin oils. It sounds kind of gross, but these completely normal, everyday products introduce waxy and oily components that just heavily coat those pipe surfaces on a daily basis. So what happens next? Well, you get the grease and soap glue. When those grooming oils, lotions, and skin oils wash down the drain, they combine with that foundational soap scum we just talked about. And together, they form a thick, cohesive mass. This blend literally behaves like a glue inside your plumbing. It captures the hair, the lint, and all those little suspended particles that would have otherwise just easily passed right through the system. But hey, we can't just blame our grooming routines. We also have to look at accidental debris. Things washed away during normal bathroom cleaning, like rags, facial tissues, cotton balls, tiny packaging scraps, and of course, those incredibly common absorbent wipes. The real issue here is that these materials collect and actually expand when they get wet. They are infamous for snagging on bends and older sections of pipe, which creates a massive roadblock for your water. Oh, and we definitely can't forget the water itself. Mineral scaling from hard water deposits actually forms a rough, chalky layer inside your pipes. Now, this layer might not cause an immediate blockage all on its own, but it severely reduces the flow of water. It turns what should be a perfectly smooth pipe into a jagged surface, making the whole system just so much more likely to trap all that other debris we just covered.
Part 2. Diagnosing your drain.
Okay, so the first step in diagnosing this mess is looking at the scale of the problem. If you notice that multiple fixtures are slow at the exact same time, like say your sink and your tub are both backing up, the issue is likely deeper down in a shared line, or maybe even a venting system issue. But if you have a single sink slow scenario, the culprit is much more likely isolated right there in that specific fixture's trap or the pipe section right nearby. Knowing this helps you pinpoint exactly where the battle needs to be fought. You can actually translate your sink's physical behavior into a really accurate plumbing diagnosis. For example, if your sink has a slow drain that does eventually clear out, that usually suggests a partial buildup. The pipe is narrowed right, but not totally blocked. But if you hear gurgling sounds after turning off the faucet, that indicates air movement problems possibly tied to venting or a deeper blockage. And if you're dealing with just stubborn standing water near the drain after normal use, that points straight to a severe localized obstruction. You can literally just listen to and watch your sink to know exactly what's wrong. Part 3. Treatment and prevention. So when it comes to actually clearing a clog, you want to intentionally start with the least aggressive mechanical options. Step 1. Simply remove and clean the stopper and the accessible drain area. Seriously, you'd be amazed how much trapped buildup lives right there at the surface. If that doesn't work, step 2 is grabbing a plumber's snake to reach those deeper grease and soap glue masses. And, if these issues just keep happening over and over, step 3 is calling for a professional video inspection. That way you can truly see inside your pipe run and locate those hidden buildup points once and for all. Now, you might have noticed chemical cleaners weren't anywhere on our list. There's a big reason for that. Strong chemicals might break down certain materials, sure, but they can also create a hardened residue elsewhere in the system. Using aggressive drain cleaners too frequently can actually make your underlying buildup significantly worse. Basically, it's a quick fix that often creates a much more expensive, long-term disaster. Of course, the absolute best treatment is preventing that glue from forming in the first place. First off, simply install a hair-catching drain cover. Huge game changer. Second, wipe excess residue off your grooming tools before you rinse them in the sink. Third, try to reduce the amount of heavily thick or foaming products you use at that specific sink. And finally, if you live in a hard water area, periodically flush your sink with warm water. That just helps keep those mineral deposits from locking in. These are incredibly simple daily habits, but they stop the grease and soap glue from forming right from the start. So I want to leave you with a question today. What is secretly building up in your pipes right now? Because every single time you brush your teeth, wash your face, or rinse a rag, you are contributing to this hidden ecosystem right beneath your sink. But by understanding the true culprits, the soap scum, the grooming oils, the minerals, and the accidental debris, you can take real control of your home's hidden plumbing health. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope you think a little differently the next time you turn on the tap.